Hello, I'm Bonnie. Welcome back. This is another in the member highlight series. Today we're talking to Stephen Adams. How are you doing, Stephen?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
Good. Good to see you. Okay, so we first met you in the architect course, and Samantha and I thought that you were really, really cool, and we were talking in office hours, and you're asking some really great questions. So I'm glad to see you back, and just wanted to talk to you a little bit today and let people get to know you.
hmm
So, do you want to start off before we jump into questions? Do you want to tell us a little bit about yourself?
Sure. I am Stephen, and I'm a UK-based contractor freelancer. Been web developer for 20 years, about 20 years, and for the last 5 years, been doing just Angular specifically, just Angular on its own as a specialism. So yeah, that's it
Me
really.
too. Okay, let's start with the beginning. How did your story start? How did you get into being a developer?
So I was working at a job after university, and they were trying to sell websites and Cold Fusion as a product, and they needed a junior web developer. And I was doing some sales stuff, and then they basically asked me to become the junior developer because I was doing all right on the sales side of things. And then that's it. And we had a senior developer who was teaching me how to build websites, and then that was got me started, and I've been doing it
Awesome.
ever since. Yeah.
So, speaking of senior developers, is there anyone who helped you or made a difference in your journey in a significant way?
Yeah. So the senior developer I worked with at the beginning, she really helped me. She started teaching me about HTML and CSS and get going that way. And then there was people throughout my career that I've worked with have been, taught me things or helped me. Sometimes seeing the way they work, I've learned from them. But mainly it was that first person. She got me really started into it, so that helped.
She just got you hooked.
Yeah,
Once you
yeah.
find that passion for it, it's
Mm.
just really fun. Okay, what do you listen to when you code? Do you have a programming playlist?
Well, normally I have to go into meetings every couple of minutes, but when I can, I've been listening to something called JTech, which is a podcast on Apple, and that does like mixes that are about 2 hours plus, and that's really good. So I've been listening to a lot
Is
of them.
it like discussions,
No, no, it's like
like
progressive
music?
house music. Yeah, yeah, they're pretty
Cool.
good. Yeah, free two
JTech.
hours. Yeah, it's
All right.
JAYTECH.
I'll have to
So
check
well
it
worth
out.
having a look. Yeah.
Okay, next question. Do you have any strategies for focusing on the days when you're just not feeling it, but you have work to get done? Or
Um,
you're just, do you ever like get stuck, or how do you get through that?
usually what I try and do is kind of get going. I might try and write some unit test stuff or do some refactoring just to sort of get going and start programming. And then if that starts, more into it, then I'll start picking up new things and doing new features of work. So that helps. So sort of starting by just doing simple stuff and then slowly let the ball rolling. But what I also find is some days I might not be doing a lot in the morning, but in the afternoon I can get quite a bit done. So sometimes you find your day changes and you'll find that you're doing more in the afternoon. So you're more into it in the afternoon than you are in the morning. So that's always helpful. Um,
Self-awareness is so important.
mm, yeah.
If you really, I think if you get to know like what you need and what you have to set up so that you can work properly. In the
Mm,
beginning, I was so hard on myself, but then as I got better, it's like, oh, I can't focus with all these, noises
yeah.
around. So I got noise
Yeah.
canceling headphones. And then it's
Yeah.
just so helpful to kind of give yourself that permission to say, I get my best work done in the afternoon, and then you can plan your schedule around it.
Yeah. And you might have a bad day one. You might not get much done on a Monday, but a
Yeah.
Tuesday, you might be into it and just have a whole day and get a lot done.
I actually read an article about that not too long ago that basically said exactly that. They said
Mm,
you should like ramp up your productivity on Monday and kind of plan a slower day on Monday, and then you'll have
mm,
more productivity on Tuesday and Wednesday, and then Thursday's a pretty good day, and then Friday should be ramping back down. And if
yeah,
you
that
kind
makes
of
sense.
plan your schedule around that, and like I had one job years ago where I worked half day Fridays, and I could never let go of it. I was like, I love
Mm,
working half day Fridays, and I always try to
yeah,
do that. So that kind of
that's
thing
good.
I think really makes a difference. It helps so much to plan that into your schedule. So it's like it's okay, it's Monday. Let's take it easy today and get a slow start to the
Mm,
week. It's really beneficial. I think that's a great strategy.
yeah, it's a good idea. Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about Angular. When did you said you started with Angular in version you said 5 years ago, so that was like version one, right? When it first
Yeah,
came out.
I started with Angular JS before that, so I had about 2 years of doing that. But then for the last 5 years, it's just been pure Angular since, yeah, two came out when it was. And then, yeah, I've just been using that since. Well, I haven't done
So you
any
were one of the
Angular.
loyal ones that just stayed with it right through and never
Yeah,
missed a
yeah,
beat. Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
me
just waited
too.
around for it. Yeah. Because I
We
saw what they were
believed in
doing
it.
and it looked,
Yeah.
seemed fine to me. And I like the ideas of the way it's set out. So I thought, I don't want to go
I
and do
think it
something
was
else.
difficult to make so many, big changes, and I think that
Mm,
was obviously a difficult decision. It was difficult for us, but I mean, they really explained the reasoning, and I agreed with the
mm,
reasoning. So,
yeah.
yeah, I think I think they were good changes too.
Yeah, it's proof that it's their ideas that they had back then, the new approach that they've taken with Angular, had definitely worked out. Um, yeah, over the long run, it's definitely proved the right way to go. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. Okay, so it's been 5 years with Angular, and there's a lot of little bits and pieces and parts.
Mm.
What is your favorite thing to nerd out over these days?
At the moment, it's definitely using NGRX. I'm really enjoying using that, and it's definitely trying to write cleaner, more maintainable code, and sort of this middle layer between APIs, doing all the business logic, and then providing it to the UI side. That's what I'm doing at the moment on my current projects, and that's what I really do enjoy. So,
I think so many people are using NGRX right now, and so many people
mm,
are, and I think NGRX is a very solid library, but some
mm,
people are kind of over engineering it, and and then it gets kind of big and out of hand, and it can be
mm,
difficult. So
yeah,
and I think so much of that is abstract that's going on that it's kind of hard to visualize it. But if you actually know NGRX and you get good at it, and especially if you get good at doing it in a clean, elegant
mm-hmm,
way,
mm-hmm,
man, then you're pretty much unstoppable at that point.
yeah, I agree. Yeah. I've seen it. People have started using it, and it's got messier and messier and bigger, like you said. But so you have to keep
This
an
is
eye
a
on it.
common problem.
Mm,
Yeah, so we do need some NGRX experts out there
mm,
for sure.
yeah, so I'm really enjoying that.
Okay, so you like NGRX.
Mm-hmm.
What do you struggle with? Is there something that you really just kind of don't love, or something that you have to do sometimes that you don't like, or that's
I think that
difficult for
would,
you?
yeah, I think the main thing is the UI side of things too. So I'm all right with doing like things with these UI frameworks, to do business application. But when it comes
Hmm.
to a design a website, that the UI has got to be really specific and it's all, very well designed, and you've got to match the design. I've never been brilliant at doing that. I don't think I've got the eye for that detail in that. So,
That's okay
but
because there are some people who love that part
yeah,
specifically, and
yeah,
so if you team up with another developer who really loves the UI, then again you'd be unstoppable because there are
mm,
people that really struggle with the NGRX part, but they're very good at the UI part. So
yeah,
you just need a
yeah.
partner.
I, yep, it's true.
Absolutely. Okay, so speaking of, because I know I talk to a lot of people, and I have this professional networking channel over on
Hmm.
Angular Nation, so I know there are people hiring right now, and I know there are people specifically hiring for NGRX experience. So, what's your availability? Are you available for hire? Are you employed? What's going on with that?
So yes, I am. I'm going to be available from January. Um, I'm finishing off something now, and yes, I'm starting to actively look for my next project. So yeah, it's a good
All
time.
right. Well, this is
Yeah.
perfect timing then. I know
Mm,
some people
yeah.
you need to talk to.
Yeah, that'd be good. Yeah, that'd be
All
nice to
right.
talk to someone.
So let's just let's just lay this down for the next step.
Hmm.
How do you define job satisfaction? What really makes you feel fulfilled at the end of the day?
I think um, building something that people are going to use a lot, that is an important part of their job, something that helps their job. So if I build an application that somebody's using every day and it improves stuff for them, makes things easier for them, and they give you good feedback on that, they say that this is really helpful. Also, if I provide them something that they haven't thought about in their application and they really enjoy it, and they go, oh, I haven't thought about that. That's really helpful. That's nice to see. And I think also being able to write an application that is, for me, easily maintained and cleaned, clean code, that kind of approach, and um, I get satisfaction writing something that I think makes sense and is easy to follow and work with and update and maintain as well. So those are the two main areas.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
I agree with that. It's very satisfying to write beautiful code. And
it
it's very
is.
satisfying to share that with people and then they go, "Oh, that's really cool." And it's like, "Okay, yeah, that made me happy." Okay, last question, my friend.
Yep.
What are you working on now? Are you studying anything? Are you excited about anything? What are you up to these days?
So what am I looking at now? A couple of things. I wrote a book a while ago, and that's becoming a course, and that should be out hopefully in mid-December. So this company, they
What's
take
it
your
called?
book. It's called Getting Started with Angular, and it's on a platform called educative.io. They have a
All
load of
right.
courses. So
I'm gonna have
hopefully
to get a
that,
link from you, and we'll put it down below in the description box.
mm, yeah, when it comes out, I'll do that. So that's
Awesome.
exciting, and I'm going to start looking. I think at I'm starting to think of looking at Nest as well, Nest.js as well, to get that whole uh, sort of pipeline from Angular all the way through. And I have, from what you've been saying about GraphQL as well, I'm very interested in looking at that, I think, as well,
Oh,
because
you're
that
gonna
seems,
love it.
yeah, that does seem really popular and quite interesting. So I think I'm going to have a look at those two things.
Well, you should check out. I think there are Nest.js episodes on NG Houston and Angular Air, and also
Hmm.
there's a Nest.js channel or topic I can't remember in Angular Air in Angular Nation, and there are people
Hmm.
posting in there also that are really nice people who are super excited about Nest.js. It's
Yeah,
I'm hearing so many good things about Nest, so I think those
yeah,
are both really good things
yeah,
to be working on.
yeah.
Awesome. Okay,
Mm,
well, hopefully this is just the beginning for you, and I really enjoyed getting to know you through the architect course, and
mm,
I think this has been a lot of fun. Thank you for doing this interview, and I hope we see more of you soon and often. We have a lot of community events coming up on Angular
yeah,
Nation,
I'm going to
so
try and get to
hopefully you'll
those.
be
Yeah,
joining us.
yeah,
We'll
will do.
keep in touch.
All right.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot. Bye.
Bye.